What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I haven't had a video in a while, but here we are. This is not on Bergio Gaming as you would expect, though, because it is a review gaming thing, but I'm not posting on there anymore. So sorry for if you watched those. But today we are reviewing the Nintendo Switch. Not this one though. This one. The Nintendo Switch 2. So, in this video, I am telling you guys what I like personally better about the Switch, the regular Switch, and the Switch 2. Starting off, I'm going to start talking about what I like better about the Switch 2 than the Switch 1. Then we're going to move on to the Switch 1. So on the Switch 2, it is a 4K graphic screen, which is really nice. It also has a way bigger screen. If you just take a look at the comparison size here, see the size difference? It's almost double the size. My mic's kind of in the way, but almost double the size nearly. With the Joy-Cons attached, it's about the same size as the screen. It's a bit bigger though, but that's just insane. They're about the same weight. I don't think the Switch 2 is a bit heavier though, which is really nice. That's about size, and the Joy-Cons are also way bigger too. And they're way more comfortable. So here, let me take off a Joy-Con of each of them. Size difference on Joy-Cons. Look at that. Way bigger. Same thick, width or whatever you want to call it. Same thickness, but way more comfy than the other ones. The SLSR buttons too, way bigger. Way easier to play if you have like friends over and you don't have enough Joy-Cons. You can play like this for some games. Way nicer. The size difference is insane. They're like three times the size of the Switch 1. And also, while I have my Joy-Cons off, even though I just put them back on, one of my favorite things, the magnets. There is a little button on the back here, right there. If you look right here, when you push it, a little thing pops out to push it away from the magnet, because it is a magnetic Joy-Con. And I play handheld a lot more because it's a lot bigger. And I just like to fidget around like this. I'll just push them out like this. And I just like fidgeting with it if there's during a cutscene or something. And the Switch 1, you can't really do that at all. You gotta push this little tiny button and then pull it up. It's just not that good. And one bigger thing that people are complaining about a lot is it's not an OLED screen, but they probably will have an OLED Switch 2 coming out sometime after Lite. I think that the Switch 2 Lite will come out soon, and then I'm guessing that they're gonna have a Switch 2 OLED. So the price on it, I think the price isn't that bad, because Switch 1, this $300, and then this Switch 2, $450. Price, I don't think it's that bad, because the screen. First of all, the screen is way bigger, and the Joy-Con, so it's gonna cost more to make, and it's 4K. And this, I'm pretty sure it's 1080p, but it's not 4K like the OLED, and the OLED was 400, and it's a bit bigger. But this, I'm pretty sure the Switch 2. I'm pretty sure is bigger than the OLED. Now moving on, let's talk about the Switch 2 Joy-Cons that I like. Well, we kind of were talking about Joy-Cons, but let's talk about more about them. So they also have a mouse control. Look at this. Let me show you real quick. It's a lot quicker to take off the Joy-Cons too. So I'm going to hook up my controllers. Now if I put it on my desk, you can kind of see it. It's really hard, so you can see the mouse. I don't think I'll ever be using that anytime in the future, because I don't have any games that would use it. So now that's enough of the Joy-Cons. Alright, about the Switch 2 now. The stand on this thing, I like it a lot better. it's a pull-out stand. So, and then you just pull it out, and you can go down pretty far. It goes down to almost nearly flat like this. That stand is a lot nicer than this stand on the Switch 1. There. I can't even pull it out, and I think mine's like I think mine's broken. Enough of the stands. Also, the home menu noises are a lot better, I think. So if you go all the way to this on the end, little window thingy, click it. That noise, I like that noise a lot better. That noise, I'm pretty sure, is about the same when you go out. But now listen to this. Now listen to Switch 1. Yeah. That just sounds way better than this. I just like the Switch 2 a lot better for that. Now, let's talk about the updates for Switch 2. If you haven't noticed, there is a little C button underneath the home. That is for game chat. So if I push it, it'll say who is using game chat. So it'll go to all your accounts on there. And now if I click game chat, it'll let me play game chat. And then that one, I think it's really nice because you don't have to go to the mobile app and use that on the Nintendo app, which is way quicker and easier. Just like, let's say you're playing Mario Brothers Ship, because that's what I'm playing right now for a fact. Want to use Game Share? Just click the button. And the other one that was added was Game Share. I don't think I'll ever be using that or Game Chat. And also, one last thing about the Switch 2 before we move on to Switch 1. If you look at the Switch 1 stuff, like the Joy-Cons, the Joy-Con grip on this, they just pop right off all the time when I'm playing, and it just gets so annoying. So I just use Pro controllers all the time. And like whenever I play my Switch 2, they never just come off. Like it just happens so much to me on the Switch 1. Switch 2, they're not coming off at all. When I tried to do it now. I'm trying to pull like the little thing off, and it's just not coming off, which is awesome. Now let's move on to what I like better about the Switch 1. So Switch 1, it's a lot smaller, we know that. The price, pretty cheap, honestly. I also forgot about virtual game cards for the Switch 2. There's not that much to worry about for that though, but the thing that I like on the Switch 1 is if you go to the photos, and let's say you want to delete multiple of them, all you have to do, just push X in it, then you can just select which photos you want. So you can just go through and select which photos you want. And then if you go to the Switch 2, go down to your photos. Now if you go X, you can't push X and it won't select them. You have to go all the way over here, go to this one in the top right to go to quick actions, click it, go all the way down to the bottom, click delete, and then you can select them. It's just a lot longer and more time consuming. So if you just want to go through a quick delete a photo, get back to your game, perfect. Switch 1, awesome with that. Click delete. Oh no, I did not even take all these. And you can also just hold and just scroll down too. And then the dock. The dock on the Switch 1, I like better. The shape on the Switch 2 dock, I like better though. Switch 1 dock's pretty boxy. But it also, if you just want to hold the dock and the Switch, it's got like a little thing you can just grab here. And then also, pull this down. You don't have to take it off at all. It just stays on there. Plug your things in. Boom. Done. Now if you look at the Switch 2 dock, Switch 2 dock is, I do not like it that much. Sure, it looks cool because the shape, and you can kind of see it. The Switch, where it says Nintendo Switch 2. But then you go in, when you want to plug your stuff in, it doesn't fold. I had some problems figuring out how to do it. You go under here or up here, and you just pull this off. You have to take off the whole thing. I was like, I don't want to break it though. I'm not trying to break my Switch. When I first got it, it just pops off, and then you have to put it on, put your stuff in like the normal one, and then it doesn't even show you where you're supposed to put them in, like the Switch. So you can get it. You can see there's a little opening right here. Easy. Put your cords through there, and then they're good. And then you can shut this easily. Switch 2. Nothing to show where your cords are supposed to go. You just gotta guess, put this back on, and it takes forever. And push it in. So it's closed, and it has to be right there. Put it right in the corner. The Switch 1 is also, I just think it's more iconic for me too, because like I got it, it was just awesome. I was so happy. Putting in your game cards, it's just a little thing that opens up and then you put them in. Switch 2, it's cool, but like you don't go from the front, you go from the back and pull it up, and then it's a little thing right here. I like the Switch 1 a lot better than that. It'll take me some getting used to for that. And also, the Switch 1, it has the one little USB-C port here for charging. So if you want to play it up on the stand, you can't charge it while doing that. Unlike the Switch 2, it's got a charging port on the top. I forgot to talk about that in my Switch 2 part. Also, the Joy-Cons on the Switch 1, they have a lot more different colors, like selections, cool designs, and all that stuff. The Switch 2, I think they'll eventually come out with that stuff, but I think the Joy-Cons do look cool. They got like the blue underneath here, and then the red underneath here for that side. And then if you take them off, you can also see inside the Switch you got red for the right side, and it's also red there. I think it's cool, but I think the Switch 2 will eventually come out with newer Joy-Cons. That is all I got for the consoles for you guys. On to games. For newer games, Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and a new Zelda Hyrule Warriors game that I can't figure out the name of. I forgot. But you guys can be mean, or I don't really care about this part, but like, I don't have Mario Kart World. I just didn't get it yet. I'll get it just in a while, not like a couple weeks. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I don't think that's something I wouldn't have. I'm probably gonna get it, but I'm not really a big Donkey Kong fan. But if you are, it looks like a pretty good game. The new Zelda game. I have Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. I like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild better than that, better than this. So, and it's another Hyrule Warriors game. I don't think that I'll like it better. I'm probably still gonna get it, but I probably won't like it that much. So that's all I gotta say about games. And the Switch too. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Subscribe.